Confession time. I hate the way that I look and sound on camera. I always have. I probably always will. But in my 25 years on camera, I've learned that I am my own worst critic, and you are probably your own worst critic as well. Now, I've also learned in that time some of the tricks, some of the tips, some of the tactics that'll take you from cringe to credible, from meh to magnificent. So that's where this vlog comes in. Let's go. There is nothing natural about speaking on camera. The entire thing is contrived. So if you've tried to practice or you've tried speaking in the past, or maybe you haven't tried at all because the whole idea is just too horrifying, I am here to tell you that if I can do it, you can absolutely do it as well. The difference is knowing how to speak to the camera so that you can overcome the challenges that the camera and the lens and the mic and all of that stuff put in front of you, like dropping you from a 3D person into a 2D person. In fact, for a little bit more on that, you can check out this video. Because it's not the same as sitting in a room. It's not the same speaking on camera as standing on a stage. There is no context outside of this little rectangle for me or for you. So you've got to step your whole delivery up just a notch. 4 tips, and here they come. And in fact, let me know your experience in being on camera in the comments. We can share and we can help one another there as well. So tip number 1. Let's talk approach, how you handle this entire process. And there are different ways of doing it. Some people wing it, others need a little more structure. Some people like to use a teleprompter, others do not. They like bullet points or notes. What works for somebody else may not, in fact, be what works for you. I used to use the teleprompter analogy both because I have experience with both from my time in the news industry. But don't feel bad because the approach that somebody you like, whether it's me or somebody else, somebody you admire uses, is not the approach that works for you. Because when you put in the reps, I know, cringe, you are going to figure out what works well, what works efficiently, and what you like. Well, efficiently like. In the Venn diagram of that, you want to be right here. Tip number 2, and this is energy. And in fact, I've talked specifically about energy before, and I got a couple of additional videos that talk about that as well. I'll link to them in the cards at the end of this video. Now, here's the thing. You may be absolutely fantastic in person. You may be amazeballs on the stage, but too often people discover a little too late that one of those formats doesn't necessarily transfer to the other. The stage doesn't transfer to the camera or whatever. Lack of energy is hands down the biggest mistake that people make. And when you don't have energy, it makes you look nervous. It makes you look timid. It makes you look small. And if you are marketing online, if you are creating video and nobody knows you personally, there's no room for that particular error. So here's the difference between the way I might speak when I'm talking to somebody who is sitting right next to me and right in front of me, and the way that I would speak to that very same person if they were on the other side of the lens, just like you. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? It's understanding the medium and then adjusting your delivery accordingly. So yourself, but a little bit amplified. So when you're practicing, maybe use the same sentence each and every time. Hi, I'm Carrie, and I'm checking out my on-camera energy. And then you want to start normal. And then you want to bump it up 25% more. And then 50, and then 75. Hi, I'm Carrie. I'm checking out my on-camera delivery, and then go absolutely insane over the top. Make sure you're moving, make sure you're gesturing, make sure you're smiling, even if you feel like a crazy person, and you will. Try it sitting down, try it standing up until you figure out exactly where you want to be. You gotta watch to be able to do that. I want you to remember though, it's pretty easy to maintain a very dynamic presence and energy level for a short 30-second social media clip that's going to have the power of post-production, edits, graphics, effects, music, whatever. But you will have to be incredibly intentional for longer format stuff. We're talking vlogs, live streams, video podcasts, webinars, masterclasses, that sort of stuff. So that exercise that I just talked about, that's got the power to make massive amounts of change. Do not skip it. If there's one thing you take away from this video, it's don't skip that. Now, if you want to check out my free on-camera webinar, you can check out this link right here. In fact, I've linked to it as well in the comments below. You are also eligible for a discount that is on my on-camera confidence and delivery course. It's called MVP or VIQ, and there's a link to that below as well. All right, let's talk tip number 3, and that's tone. And tone is a huge deal. This is not a call with your buddies on FaceTime. This is not the time to dial it down. Don't flow all your words together and like make a mumble of them. There's a great way to practice this. And it's really simple. It's to record yourself in the voice recorder or in the voice memo area of your phone. And I want you to talk to yourself and then talk to a friend while you're recording, get their permission. Now, if you're already doing Zoom or you're doing video calls or something like that, you got a bonus because you can watch them as well. Tip number 4, watch. As painful as it is, you've got to watch it. You will have lots of crazy negative self-talk. So know that's going to happen as you're going into it. It is okay. It happens to me all the time. I still hate watching my videos. Even the very, very best experience something similar. Not that I'm the very best, but I've done this for a while. The key is to accept the self-critique that's valid, chuff off the stuff that's not, do something about the stuff that you can change. There's nothing wrong with wanting to make sure that you're doing everything you can to make sure that your video message is being received in the way in which you intended it. So that means that you're going to adjust your delivery, very likely. It does not mean that you are being inauthentic or that you're being performative or that you're being a poser. It means that you understand the challenges of the lens. And you are doing everything you can to overcome them. You are making it easier, in fact, for your audience to understand you and what you're saying. What you don't want to get caught up in is all of the silly little minutia that you can't change, right? I don't like my nose, or I don't like my, weight or whatever. I mean, you can change that, but make the changes, do the work. And then that confidence on camera will have a ripple effect on your entire life. I promise you, it is a game changer. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my other social media platforms. They are filled with tips, with motivation, with stories, with inspiration. And I hope you can join me there. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And don't forget to check out these.